The concept of a high-value man transcends superficial measures like wealth, status, or physical appearance. True value arises from character, mindset, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with dignity and purpose. Drawing upon Stoicism, philosophy rooted in virtue, reason, and resilience, we uncover timeless traits that define high-value individuals. These men embody principles such as self-mastery, humility, empathy, and integrity, qualities celebrated across cultures and eras. This essay explores 12 traits of a high-value man, framed through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Each trait highlights how adhering to Stoic teachings fosters personal excellence, meaningful relationships, and lasting fulfillment. By focusing on what lies within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, we cultivate virtues that elevate us above fleeting distractions and external pressures. Mastery. Over emotions, high-value men exercise extraordinary control over their emotions, aligning with Stoic teachings on emotional resilience. They recognize that while emotions are natural, they shouldn't dictate behavior. Instead, they regulate impulses through reason and reflection. For example, when faced with adversity, whether it's rejection, criticism, or failure, a high-value man remains calm and composed. He pauses before reacting, ensuring his response is thoughtful rather than impulsive. This composure reassures others of his stability and maturity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." By mastering their emotions, high-value men project confidence without arrogance, inspiring trust and admiration. Commitment to self-improvement. Self-improvement is a lifelong pursuit for high-value men. They invest time in developing skills, nurturing passions, and enhancing their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. This dedication reflects Stoic ideals of striving for excellence, virtue. For instance, a high-value man might dedicate himself to fitness, intellectual growth, or creative endeavors. His commitment inspires those around him and enriches his overall quality of life. Seneca emphasized, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Continuous self-development ensures readiness for life's opportunities and challenges. Low-value men often succumb to complacency, whereas high-value men embrace growth as a cornerstone of their identity. Integrity and honesty. Integrity, the alignment between words and actions, is non-negotiable for high-value men. The Stoics valued honesty, accountability, and ethical behavior, urging individuals to live authentically, even when inconvenient or unpopular. If faced with moral dilemmas, high-value men choose truth and fairness over personal gain. For example, admitting mistakes openly, keeping promises, and standing up for what's right, even when difficult, signals moral courage. Women admire men who value integrity above fleeting rewards. As Epictetus noted, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." Living truthfully frees high-value men from the burden of deceitful narratives. Humility. Without weakness, humility is a defining characteristic of high-value men. They acknowledge their strengths while remaining open to learning and growth. Stoicism champions intellectual humility, reminding us that wisdom comes from recognizing our limitations. For example, instead of boasting about accomplishments, a high-value man shares stories modestly, highlighting teamwork and gratitude. This genuineness fosters deeper connections, as it reveals vulnerability alongside strength. As Marcus Aurelius observed, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." True humility involves respecting others' perspectives without diminishing one's own worth. Low-value men often mistake arrogance for confidence, whereas high-value men balance assertiveness with grace. Emotional intelligence and empathy. Emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage emotions, sets high-value men apart. They navigate conversations with sensitivity, adapting their tone and content based on the situation and the other person's needs. The Stoics taught that emotions should be acknowledged, but not allowed to dictate behavior. When speaking with others, high-value men remain calm and composed, even during emotionally charged moments. For instance, if someone expresses frustration or sadness, they respond empathetically, "I hear you. That must be tough. Let me know how I can help." High emotional intelligence builds rapport and strengthens bonds. It ensures that words resonate empathetically, making others feel seen and understood. Women appreciate men who can regulate their emotions and provide stability during turbulent times. Detachment from external validation. High-value men prioritize internal validation over external approval. The Stoics taught that true contentment comes from within, not from societal expectations or others' opinions. Low-value men, however, often seek validation through attention, praise, or material possessions. For example, a high-value man doesn't base his self-worth on social media likes, comments, or superficial compliments. Instead, he focuses on cultivating virtues like courage, wisdom, and temperance. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By prioritizing internal validation, high-value men exude confidence without arrogance. Their sense of self remains unshaken by criticism or rejection, inspiring admiration and trust. Accountability and responsibility. Accountability reflects maturity and responsibility, qualities championed in Stoicism. High-value men take ownership of their actions and decisions, avoiding blame shifting or excuses. When challenges arise, they examine their role objectively before pointing fingers. For instance, if a project fails, a high-value man reflects, "What could I have done differently? How can I improve next time?" This approach fosters growth and prevents resentment. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Low-value men deflect blame onto others, perpetuating victimhood and stagnation. By embracing accountability, high-value men rise above obstacles with dignity and purpose. Purpose-driven living. Purpose drives high-value men to achieve greatness and contribute meaningfully to society. The Stoics believed that living virtuously meant pursuing a mission greater than oneself, whether through career achievements, creative endeavors, or acts of service. For example, a high-value man channels his energy into projects that align with his values and passions. His enthusiasm enriches his life and inspires those around him. Purpose transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. Low-value men lack direction, drifting aimlessly without clear goals or aspirations. By staying focused on their purpose, high-value men lead fulfilling lives and leave lasting legacies. Respect for others. Respect is foundational to meaningful relationships. High-value men treat everyone with kindness, empathy, and consideration, regardless of status or circumstance. The Stoics valued compassion as a virtue, recognizing its role in fostering harmonious interactions. For example, a high-value man listens attentively, validates others' feelings, and responds empathetically. He avoids dismissive or condescending behavior, fostering trust and connection. As Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 tongue so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." Low-value men disrespect boundaries, belittle others, or act arrogantly. By embodying respect, high-value men earn loyalty and admiration, creating environments grounded in mutual care. 10. Courage in the face of adversity. Courage is central to both Stoicism and high-value behavior. High-value men confront fears head-on, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth. Stoicism teaches us to accept impermanence and focus on what lies within our control. For instance, if rejected after applying for a dream job, a high-value man reflects, "What can I learn from this experience? How can I improve my chances next time?" This mindset transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Low value. Men fear failure excessively, avoiding risks altogether. By confronting fears head-on, high-value men embody courage and resilience, inspiring others to follow suit. Gratitude and contentment. Gratitude and contentment distinguish high-value men from those trapped in perpetual dissatisfaction. The Stoics emphasized finding joy in simple pleasures and appreciating life's blessings, regardless of external circumstances. For example, a high-value man practices daily gratitude, acknowledging the abundance already present in his life. This attitude attracts positivity and fosters resilience during challenging times. As Seneca observed, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Low-value men often dwell on what they lack, breeding envy and discontent. By cultivating gratitude, high-value men create a foundation of happiness and generosity. Living authentically, authenticity resonates deeply with others because it reflects sincerity and vulnerability. High-value men stay true to themselves, embracing their unique qualities while striving for continuous improvement. Stoicism urges individuals to celebrate individuality while adhering to universal virtues. For instance, instead of conforming to societal pressures or altering their identity to please others, high-value men pursue passions that ignite their soul. Women cherish men who aren't afraid to be vulnerable, yet maintain strength and dignity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Be content to seem what you really are." By staying authentic, high-value men attract partners who respect and cherish their individuality. Conclusion: becoming a high-value man. Through virtue. Becoming a high-value man isn't about achieving perfection, it's about striving for excellence. Through consistent effort and adherence to timeless principles. By embodying these 12 traits, mastery over emotions, commitment to self-improvement, integrity, humility, emotional intelligence, detachment, accountability, purpose-driven living, respect, courage, gratitude, and authenticity, you position yourself as a beacon of strength, integrity, and inspiration. Stoicism provides a roadmap for navigating life's complexities with wisdom, resilience, and grace. It reminds us that true power lies in mastering ourselves, not controlling others. As Epictetus wisely concluded, freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. Let go of attachment to outcomes and focus instead on cultivating inner peace and virtue. By embracing these traits, you ensure lasting fulfillment and admiration, whether in relationships, careers, or personal growth. In doing so, you become not just a man women admire, but one they deeply respect and cherish. Final answer. Traits include mastery over emotions, commitment to self-improvement, integrity and honesty, humility without weakness, emotional intelligence, and empathy, detachment from external validation, accountability and responsibility, purpose-driven living, respect for others, courage in adversity, gratitude and contentment, and living authentically.